is Arnetta Hicklin, and I am a salon owner at Nails and More Day Spa in Greensboro, North Carolina. We're here today to bring awareness and to talk about some issues that have been raised in our industry as far as manicuring, pedicuring, massage, facials, and also reflexology. In order to keep that perfect grade that we are required to have in our salons, we want to make sure we are practicing all proper procedures. That would be hand washing, properly immersing and disinfecting our implements, and properly cleaning up in between and at the end of the day of our clients. As licensed professional, there are some steps that we can take to protect ourselves as well as the client that we should be aware of through education of properly disinfecting our pedicuring tubs, our manicuring tables, and our massage tables as well. And also with cosmetology, our capes and our combs and our brushes. The most important vital step that you could ever have is hand washing. A lot of times we think that the good old squirt is enough, and that is not true. That is 99.9%, but we want to be 100% when it comes to our salons and our workplace, as well as the medical field. So when you take your sanitizer, a lot of people think that just using that good old sanitizer is enough, and they do not have to properly wash. Now, that is sitting on the hands, and that's great, but it does not kill the bacteria or the microorganisms in enough time. That has to sit. Germs stay on your hands for 2 hours minimum. So you still must keep in mind proper hand washing is the best defense that we have, period, whether it's home, work, school, whatever. The sanitizers are great. Don't stop using them, but they're not enough. You still must do proper hand washing. We're going to get our soap. And if you're not sure of how long, what is accepted in our industry is 20 seconds. What is accepted in the medical field is just go ahead and sing happy birthday. Once you have washed for 20 seconds minimum, you're going to rinse, and at least from the elbows down without touching the inside of the sink on the medical side. If you're a nurse or if you're doctors, they would appreciate this. It is the same with us in the beauty industry as well. We do fall under medical because we have a license to touch. So after you have rinsed properly, do not touch the sink to turn off. You're going to get your clean paper towel and you're going to dry, properly dispose, and then you will take a clean paper towel to turn off the sink. You do not want to recontaminate what you've just washed. And then that one is disposed as well. And that's our segment on proper hand washing. That is required for each client who enters your door. So with that, you always want to make sure that you are using implements, supplies that can be disinfected, either thrown away, or they can be sanitized through what our biggest defense would be an autoclave. And an autoclave, of course, we know that they're a little bit more in price, but they definitely are a peace of mind because the temperature is 270 minimum, 500 maximum. And those are facts that we have, through studies, have shown that that is the true way to sanitize. We love the mere fact that there's a lot of cost-effective ways if you don't have accessible money for an autoclave, which some people do not. You can always go back to the basics. The basics will simply be the good old blue water, and that is contained through our Barbicides. In our industry, everybody knows about our Barbicides. Barbicides is the clear. Some people like it really blue, but you have to have the right portions for your size, whether it's an 8-ounce jar or whether it's a 16-ounce jar. So read your labels. That's where your material safety data sheet comes in to read what is the proper amount for your chair, also your implement soakers and your Barbicide jars. That would be for your combs and your brushes if you're a cosmetologist, for your brushes if you're an esthetician, skincare specialist, and also for manicuring and pedicuring. I love the fact that it just raises and you immerse those in after warm soapy water, let them dry out, and then they go in. If you allow them to not be washed properly, then you're diluting your solution. The other wonderful product is our implement soaker. And every salon, every licensed professional should have one, whether it's for your tweezers if you're a waxer, whether it's for your manicuring and pedicuring implements if you do manicures or pedicures. The beautiful key to this is that we are to properly dry those tools before we put them away in a closed container. So this little tray comes out and it also can be inserted back in. Your barbicide is filled to its proper proportion and the lid is closed. Everything is 10 minutes. Everything that we use should be properly 10 minutes. And there's other requirements that may cause it to be 20 minutes maximum, but 10 minutes minimum. We do understand how important sanitation is, but at the end of the day, it's a peace of mind that only costs you 52 cents a day to change your barbicide jars or your implement soakers. We have done the math, and literally it costs 52 cents a day to have that peace of mind. But our newest technology allows us to have a peace of mind with our nail files that we can just remove and reapply a new file each time for each client. If you're not sure about what type of file, then this would be the way to go, because we have a porous and a non-porous that is accepted in the industry. But we also know that now we have one-time use in our nail files, and this cuts down all bacteria. The other sure way is to have a peace of mind for both you and the client. If you're not sure about toe separators, we have one that can be washed. Soap and water is our best defense. And we can have one that can just be thrown away after each use. So it would be up to you as far as time consuming. A lot of people would just rather give it to the client or throw it away, or take the time at the end of the day and wash and sanitize and disinfect each item. If you're concerned about your buffers and your blocks, which these are considered non-porous because they can ravel and they can come apart. So that gives us a little bit, not so much a peace of mind, because bacteria can be held there just like anything else. So this is kind of a peace of mind. But for cost effective, you can always cut these in half and use one for now and one for later, meaning hands, and then one for the toes. So that's a sure way of having a peace of mind as far as sanitation and properly disposing and disinfecting each implement. We must keep in mind that we can buy many different things, but if we do not have all of the key active ingredients, then we are not properly cleansing, disinfecting, and sanitizing, whether it's your nail table, massage table, your pedicure chair. You have to have all the active ingredients, and that would consist of your germicides, your tuberculicides, all of those, and your barbicides. All of those are considered active ingredients. We have a product that I chose many, many years ago that is even effective with H1N1. And that product has just been a really peace of mind. Not only does it smell good, it works in 10 minutes, and that is a requirement for our industry. Anything should be at least 10 minutes to properly sanitize. Throughout our industry, we have had so many reported tragedies that it has just been sad. So we are trying to make sure that we are doing our part as licensed professionals. And I do feel it begins, first of all, with pedicuring. I love pedicuring, but so many things have happened, not only in the industry, but in my personal life with my dad as well. He's now double prostheses. It's not from pedicuring, but it is from negligence. It is from really jeopardizing our ethics, proper hand washing, cleaning, gloving, proper gloving. How many of us do not wear gloves from client to client or washing our hands in between? That now is also a state requirement. That is not, a myth. It is factual that we must wash each time, before and after. As you can clearly see, there is still a little bit of debris left here, and this tub has not been used in over a week. So you can imagine the buildup that you could get using on a daily basis. So I would like to concentrate on the proper way that you would, first of all, identify, and then the proper way to clean. And the first thing that you would want to be aware of is that every day after each client and in between clients, that the pedicure chair is cleaned and disinfected. And then at the end of the day, you want to run the water through the tub. So you would first remove, this would be immersed in your solution of, you could either use a teaspoon of bleach, which is 100% pure bleach, or if you have any type of disinfectant that you prefer that has all of our active ingredients that are accepted in the industry, that would be ideal. But as you can see, just not being able to use this for just a few days, to be exact, a week, we still have some little debris left. So when you have this, this is where you want to come in, properly spray, and let that sit for 10 minutes all around your tub. Then, once it sits for 10 minutes, soap and water is our best defense. So the tub not only has to be sanitized, but it has to be washed with soap and water. Then, if you have what we call the Cadillac chair, you're going to fill this chair to its full capacity, whether you have a 4-gallon tub or 5-gallon tub. You must go by the guidelines of your material safety data sheet, which would allow you to know exactly how much solution is to be applied in the water for overnight cleanliness as well. Once this is completely filled, you must run the tub. So we're going to go ahead and do that. And that is going to be operated for 10 consecutive minutes, rinsed and left overnight with a clear tub of water, properly rinsed and drained and wiped out. That is the safest, that is the proper way, and that is what is accepted in our industry. Solutions can be a little bit harmful to the skin. I recommend gloving, and you can buy some inexpensive latex gloves. Just make sure they fit. We are now properly draining the tub, if you're wondering what that sound was. So the tub is completely clean, and it has been drained. Now we would refill the tub and let it sit overnight. The requirements are at least 6 hours. So if you know that tomorrow you're not in till 8 o'clock, just time that the tub has sat for 6 hours in clean water to make sure there's no residue. Keep in mind, whenever the body touches water, it is factual that we're going to leave some type of residue. That's why it is so important to clean and disinfect and also to sanitize. But last but not least, we always forget about where the customer's arms have rested. We forget about the headrest. So those are the items that you definitely want to still incorporate in your cleaning process, to wipe down after each client. So keep in mind to properly wipe down the arms of the chair, the headrest of the chair, and also the footrest of the chair as well. Do keep in mind that the safety of the client as well as yourself is just simply a few small steps that will allow you to always have that perfect score in your salon setting, or your workplace. It is up to us to educate the consumer, and it is up to us to provide excellent service. Keep in mind, sanitize or suffer. We do appreciate all that we have that's available to us in the industry.